Magnificent blessings to everyone. Thank you, Reverend Arlene, for setting the magnificent prayerful tone of a time in which is most important to people who are seeking to wake up from the sense of separation, from the presence, the power, and the love of God, to wake up from the intoxicated sleepwalking that many people find themselves in these particular days, and to wake up to our glorious nature, and to allow the loudest voice in our awareness to be, I am. I am which thou art, and thou art with which I am, the presence of God. And so as we enter into this moment of meditation, we always speak a few moments about the practice of meditation, about the art and science of meditation, so that we listen to it as if we're always listening with an open heart and a beginner's mind. The importance of establishing a meditation practice, the importance of consistency, the importance of the efficacy of the practice. So for those of you who have recently taken the meditation courses here at Agape, and those of you who perhaps are veterans along this particular walk, you know about the efficacy of meditation. You know the usefulness. You know the power of it. You know that it begins to, with every insight that you have, separate you from the content that's flowing through your awareness. You're coming to a greater understanding that the content that's flowing through your awareness is not your identity. It's flowing through. So that is what you call the beginning of awakening, when an individual can tell the difference between the thoughts that are flowing through, the emotions that are flowing through, the perspectives that are flowing through, and themselves. That's the beginning of awakening, of which millions of people have no idea that that's even possible. They actually believe that the thoughts that are flowing through, the opinions, the points of view, is who they are. Sometimes they'll even argue about it for their limitations, saying, well, my mother was like this, and my family was like this. This is the way I am. Arguing for limitations tooth and nail. That's content. That's not identity. So for those who have been on the path, you're starting to have insight that that which is passing through is not you. And then you're coming to an understanding, as I've just described, awakening from content as identity, awakening primarily from a sense of separation, of which false identification creates a kind of a glaze over one's awareness, so they cannot see reality. They only see and experience their thoughts about reality. That's sleepwalking. And so the art and science of meditation is about waking up to your glorious nature, of which you begin to think, not mentate. Mentation is the rehashing of the same thoughts, forms you have every single day. It just kind of flows through your awareness. But when you begin to have insight via meditation, you begin to really think, which is a combination of inspiration and creativity. You're thinking from the mind of God. It's a different way of being. We oftentimes project onto people that we would call creatives this particular gift. And she was a great artist, he's a great composer, he's a great choreographer, she's a great painter. They're very creative, they can really write, this type of thing. And we kind of pigeonhole people into that dynamic of those people are creative and everyone else is not. Now, the truth of the matter is every single being on the planet has the capacity to think with the mind of God and to catch the radical insights and revelations and allow inspiration to flow through one on a regular basis. You don't have to be in visual arts or some kind of level of artistry for that to occur. You begin to allow for your life to be a masterpiece. You allow for your life to be a work of art. And that what you're called to do, whatever your task is in a particular day, you're bringing a sense of creativity, a sense of insight and revelation to it. So that as a spiritual being, having a human incarnation, you are bringing into time and space that which is eternal, ineffable, invisible, yet indivisible from us, inaudible, yet we can hear without ears when we meditate, into time. This is how we are to live our lives. So you're either establishing a meditation practice or you are continuing your meditation practice, and you are moving through the cycles of moods and emotions, things that will have you think sometimes, well, I don't feel like doing this today. I'm not up to it. I'm tired. I'll meditate tomorrow. And you're beginning to break through those particular moods and realize they're just coagulated thought forms that have become emotions, and you can be aware of them, but you don't give in to them. You can be aware of them, but you never make a decision from a mood. You say, I'm going to sit anyway, even if it's for 2 minutes. You just sit and give your undivided attention to having an insight into that which is real, that which is eternal, and that which is forever. And then you discover, as you sit for 2 minutes, you'll notice that 2 minutes becomes 4 minutes, becomes 7 minutes, become 8 minutes. Next thing you know, you've sat for 11 minutes, you see? Just as I'm just going to sit for a minute. My mood says I don't feel like it. I'm in a bad mood. I don't want to do this. But you sit anyway for a moment, and then the eternal begins to move through your intentionality to wake up, and you found that you have sat longer than you had planned for. So consistency, efficacy, awakening, this is all a part of the dynamic of this simple and profound practice that you are seeking to integrate into your way of living. Sometimes people will say things like, you develop a healthy lifestyle, develop a prayerful lifestyle. We don't say that. We say a way of life. Lifestyles go in and out. They trend. You follow any major magazine over a period of a number of years, and you'll see trends of things. This is trending this year. This particular lifestyle is trending, and you'll see going in and out of style. But meditation, prayer, is a way of life. It's not a lifestyle. It's the way you live your life that becomes so integrated into your life that it becomes, sometimes we would say second nature, but it becomes your nature. It's how you live, you see? The same way that you live and you'll shower, you'll cleanse yourself. To the best of your ability, you'll eat nutritional food. It's not a lifestyle. It's trending that I eat. I eat good food. No. You eat good food, period. It's not trending, you see. I just had a thought. If they have a health food section in a supermarket, what's the other section called? Anyway, that's inspiration from on high. You have health food, and then you have, anyway, I joke sometimes, but it's not really a joke. So there's a smile on my face reminding us that when we sit, it's okay to have a smile on our face. It activates tonic chemicals. It activates our immune system. Just a smile, makes a big difference in one's life. It gives your face value. That's it. Take a deep inhalation. Release. 2 more. Pure, deep inhalation. Release with the sound of ah. Once again, inhale. Sound of ah. Slight smile on the face. Hands on the lap facing upward as a sign of sincere receptivity. thumb and forefinger touching as a sign of the transcendence of the personal mind, transcendence of ego perception. We embrace the feeling tone of a great intention to wake up to our glorious, luminous nature. You're sitting and stopping to wake up to your glorious nature. You're stopping to expand. Now you are aware that you are not merely an avenue of awareness, you are pure awareness. Aware of the frequency of your intention, aware that you are aware, and now simultaneous awareness embracing the sacred breath. Body's breathing presently, not in the future or the past. Intention, breath. We enter into the space of someone is whispering something to us. It's very important. So there's an inward availability of listening with our entire being, not merely with the ears. Something's going to be shown to us with seeing, not merely with eyes. There's an availability within us to catch the eternal broadcast. Let there be light, let there be life. Everywhere we're available. know what's next. Beginner's mind, open heart. This is the first time we've ever practiced meditation. So we're in this moment as first-timers. If drift occurs mentally, bring the attention back to your intention and breath and begin again. drift occurs, bring your attention back to your intention and the breath, and begin again, over and over and over again. This is practice of having dominion over your attention. Light smile, undistractable attention to that which is real, the insights flowing through. This is our first time. Be aware of your intention, the vibration of it, your attention on the breath. Be right here, still, quiet, receptive, available. Just another couple of moments. Take a nice inhalation. Release the sound of ah. And from this space of connectedness and pure intentionality, we enter into a prayerful stance in this world. Being in this world but not of it, we're of our dynamic prayer field, we're of our dynamic meditation field, we're of our dynamic field of intelligence and love and beauty that gives us such gratitude and such thanksgiving welling up in our heart space now. We just allow for ourselves to flow into gratitude. We're just grateful that we exist at all. And it's from this expanded awareness of gratefulness, gratitude, that the recognition factor of the presence of God is amplified. We see God through the same eye that God sees us. As Meister Eckhart reminds us, we see God everywhere. And feel such a pure oneing with it, oneness with the presence. I am. And from the consciousness of oneness, I have the privilege and the honor of speaking the word for each and every one of us today. That of course, that we may be free, spiritually liberated, that we may be free from the eddies of despair and worry and doubt and any sense of separation that would give birth to the paradigm of fear, anxiety, and anxiousness. To enter into the space of being not anxious at all, not having one anxious thought about the future, but to be as the lilies of the field, spinning and toiling not. The word is spoken for each and every one of us that we may have and taste this freedom, this sense of well-being. It's a dynamic knowing that the presence of God through its multidimensional universe is on our side for all of that wants to become conscious of itself as each and every one of us. I call forth divine wellness, wholeness, well-being, harmony, perfect health, absolute joy, harmonizing prosperity, divine intelligence, unconditional love, and infinite peace flowing through us today in ways that we've never